Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, it's been a wacky and wild time. How about you? How is your day and your time going? So here's the thing. I was up in the city for 3 days with a family member who was in the ICU, and they are okay now, thank you very much. And we're all home and fine. But that gave me some time and some permission really to not plan or read or do any vocabulary or writing. I just was like present and focused on the important things in life, which was really great because I think in my last couple of videos I was really struggling to plan, and a lot of that doesn't have anything to do with these specific planners or the planners that I've used in the past. It's more about this is a really high anxiety time in my life, and I tend to think it's my planner when it's me, and I know it's me. So I wanted to take what I already had and see if I could tweak it in a way that would help me better focus and feel better about my anxiety and my life. And so that's what I did. So this is me basically regrouping and coming back and sharing it with you. So I usually use a daily planner when I have high intense anxiety, especially because I can't really focus. And since I work from home and I'm my own boss, it's really hard for me to just be like, Sylvia, you have to do this thing. Because usually Sylvia's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. So I like using something like this to help me kind of schedule out my time throughout the day so that I can kind of stay focused and I can be like, okay, it's noon. I was supposed to have this and this done and I didn't, but just choose one. Choose something and chip away at it. So this has been incredibly helpful to me. You don't have to buy this one. I got it on Amazon. You can certainly find something like this that's free on the internet. I know that Canva has a couple of free versions that you could probably find and tweak and print out and just use for a couple of days if that's all you need it for. I certainly found that this is not necessary on a daily basis, but you know, when I need to regroup or I have a very busy day or I know I'm going to be at home a lot, this is really helpful. So what I'm doing for dailies, I'm going to move this off to the side, excuse me. Allergies, my neighbors are cutting hay. So I'm in a Passport. This is my everyday carry. It's really cutesy. It fits in my hand and I really, really love that. So currently I have a lightweight insert that's blank, which is not fun for me to plan in because blank pages and I are kind of like the enemy when I need to kind of work out my day and I need some kind of grid situation to help me make columns and, you know, rows and things. So this is really great for just free writing on because I lose my mind trying to make any kind of structure in here. So I really like having this for writing because then I don't focus on anything else. And then, oops, I don't actually have either of these on the string. I just have slipped into this back pocket a square grid one. And this is in a 5mm, which I love because I have really large handwriting most of the time. And I just, even though I can fit in a 4mm or a 3.7, whatever the hell Hobonichi uses, I don't always like doing it. So what I decided I really needed was a daily, but something that wasn't as structured as this. I didn't need all of the time blocking all the time. So since my niece is in band, she's in marching band, which means I have to go to football games. I know, if you are not a fan of football, which I am not, it's a little painful, but you do it for the children. Also, well, she's in volleyball as well, so there's some interesting scheduling that's happening there because she's actually in band in the town over because they're allowed to take classes there. So anything our school doesn't have, they usually can take there and vice versa. But we do have band. We weren't sure we were going to. So she signed up for marching band, which was a huge commitment because she had to go to band camp over the summer. And yeah, it's interesting. So I really just needed a place where I could have all of my days already pre-dated. Now this one is not dated and you could do the same thing in here, but again, I didn't always need the schedule. So I wanted something simple just for tasks. And because I do 10-day planning, if you're new here, I like to break down my month into thirds. So mid-month is from the 11th to the 20th. And so I have this little divide right here where I could put like a review, because I still need to work on trying to do reviews at the end of the 10 days to write down a few things about what worked and what didn't. So I really liked this because I could have all of my days dated, and the structure of the day was just open to whatever I wanted to do with it. So I bought these washi tapes, I believe from Jet Pens, a really long time ago, and it comes in, I don't know if it comes in two, and I bought this one separate, maybe all three of them together. It's been a really long time. These are banners that you can use just to put, like, I don't know, for like your monthly list. You could put August on here, or you could just use them for any kind of list. And then this is divided in two. So I'm not entirely sure. I would say the first one is like for the first half of the month, the 1st to the 15th, and this has the 16th through the 31st. And I went ahead and even though these are washi tape, they break off into little squares like this, which is awesome. So I went ahead and I put the whole mid-month here. And once I got going with that, I was like, I really like this. I went ahead and put the late month at the very end. So this actually goes to the 31st because we're in August of 2025, in case you're watching this in the future. So my daily is pretty simple. I just have my top things at the top here. And I know some people like to have the top 3. I just, it's basically where I put a list, and my list is as long as it needs to be. And if it needs to be the whole page, it certainly can be. If I have a super busy day and I need to divide this in half and have a list on one side of the column and a list on the other, that's perfectly fine. I do add a couple of like snips of my day here so that it can help me trigger, okay, that's what that day was. That's really helpful to me. I don't need to have them. So like, for instance, this was kind of a short date, so I journaled a little bit more about what happened throughout the day. I don't need to have the extra journaling here, but I find that, let me see if I can find what I was using before. Oh, this guy here. When I was trying to do this in here, this is a regular versus a passport, it was just so incredibly large that I just sometimes didn't even fill this up most days. And then I was struggling, or I was just writing whatever. Like this day I was like, I don't have anything there. And so I found, yeah, I can fill it up if I need to, but it was kind of a struggle and I didn't like that. This seems to be really nice. I know that there are people out there that will say, oh, but Sylvia, I need 2 pages. If you know that, you can go ahead and skip every other one. And if you're like, well, Sylvia, sometimes I don't know. I need 3 or 4 pages for one day. That's fine too. That's not really what I'm doing here. It's mostly just having to see when I need to pick up and drop off my niece and a few of the major tasks throughout the day that are the most important. If I was keeping a bullet journal, then certainly there where everything's all in one place, I'd be doing that. But honestly, all of my social media or like little habit tracking tasks and any notes I need for that really goes in here, because that's how I'm trying to utilize this guide, because I wasn't really using it as much before. So this is just a simple everyday carry. I have a place where I can do some writing on the go if I need to, or some notes. And this is for daily task stuff that either is at my desk or out of the house. So it's just really simple. It'll fit in any kind of purse that I have, any bag that I have. Just nice and slim, and I appreciate and love it, and I use it. That's the most important thing. Like having this and carrying it around, I just never took it out and I never used it. So what was the point? Since this is working well, we are currently on Monday the 18th. I'm going to continue this for the rest of the month. Now I did do something back here. I wanted to do a weekly because I really love a weekly. Now normally I do like the square boxes of the week, but I wanted to do 10-day planning. So I did till from the 11th to the 20th here for mid-month, and then late month here all the way, and I forgot to do the 31st because I forgot there was 31 days in this month, but I can go ahead and change that. I left this open because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this. I had somewhat of an Ellister method here that I could put, but again, I haven't really utilized it. You can see on the 18th we're here. I just wanted to see if it would work out and my brain would actually use it, if I would even gravitate towards it. So it only wasted 4 pages, and it's not a waste if I know it's not something that's necessary. This is how many pages I have left, and it's not really all of these because I do have a few lists that I had written here before. So I will definitely finish this insert by August. This one is still has plenty of room, which is nice because it's just writing on the go. So I don't feel the need to refill it. And even if it takes all the rest of 2025 to finish it, I'm okay with that. I did purchase these because I do like to plan on a dot grid. So I have 3 of these to replace this with if the system continues to work out for me and I'm finding some peace. I don't even need complete bliss and happiness, but just some peace because I was really stressed out before. So that's what I'm doing in here, and that seems to be working out pretty well. My brain is pretty happy. It doesn't take me long to fill this out. I was thinking about keeping my vocabulary in one of these in here since I am using it and it's on the go. I'm going to make that executive decision today because I'm going to start filming, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 15 minute videos of me doing vocabulary and then speeding them up and doing either a voiceover or some flashes on the screen of what's going on in what's it called? YouTube Shorts. So it's a little shorter for all of us, and that will be on Sylvia, Sincerely Sylvia Writes, that channel. I've already done some short fiction, which was really helpful to me because even if I sit down and I film it, then I do it. And once I get into the habit, then I don't need that anymore. Yeah, so this has been working out very simply and nicely. I usually use a pencil here just to break it down from tasks to like notes. Here I didn't do that anymore because I dropped my pencil somewhere and I didn't know where it was, and instead of picking up another one, I just let it go. I did purchase some more of these for my, what are these called? I want to say it's just the Jetstream. I don't know, this one is branded as the Uni Jetstream. So yeah, I like the 0.5, especially when I'm writing in the Tomoe River paper because I write so large. When I write in a 0.38, it starts to skip and act crazy. But if you have a like 0.5 or a 0.7, that doesn't happen with large handwriting. So that's why I went up. Normally I like to stay nice and neat, and I do like a 0.38 so that I have neater handwriting. This is wild handwriting, and that's okay. Like you can see, I'm starting to scribble. I'm going in and out of cursive. Which happens when I'm just like in a rush, but I'm using my notebook and so I'm no longer stressing out about that. I did leave this in case I was going to use this old method, and I haven't, you know, turned here to gravitate and use this at all. So being able to have these labeled means that because my niece has volleyball and, you know, band practice where I have to go to football games, and it's not just football games. They have like, I think it's 7 major performances, including graduation. But anyway, I just like being able to say, okay, if the 15th she has a game, I can go ahead and write that here. And then I can go to Tuesday here and write that she has a volleyball game. And it's just kind of like out of my head, if that makes sense. I have tried to use Google for this, and they are written there, but I tend to find that I don't actually look there very often. I tend to gravitate towards this. So having this be really easy and simple where I can write pick up and drop off just so it's out of my brain, and I remember that my alarms are also set to remind me like 10-15 minutes before, is just so helpful. It's all like a system that's very helpful. I don't know what you guys do. Let me know down below. Are you guys picking? I feel like Uber at this point. I'm like, I'm just Uber. And then my niece has a super long Tuesday, which is tomorrow, where I you know, she wakes up about 5:36, and then she has an extra practice of band on Tuesday, so she doesn't get done until 8, which is wild. And I get a little nervous because she also has volleyball before that, and marching band is just, you're out there marching. So, you know, I just pack an extra snack and stuff and make sure she eats lunch that day. But she's handling it really well, like a champion. It's just me that stresses out about things. So anyway, that's good. All right. So, oh, of course, the pen that I'm using, of course, I always forget to say this is a Uniball 1, but I use the Zebra Sarasa ink in here because that's what I like. I like this pen and the way it feels and how it's like very neutral, but I like the Sarasa ink cartridge. So that's what I do. So that is everything that's new in here. Now, moving on to the large regular traveler's notebook, which I thought was going to be my planner for the ages and it didn't work out. I have the weekly in here and the monthly by Travelers Company. I did print out some more of these. I don't think I showed that. Did I show that? I do have them in here, and I'm being really bad, just really, really naughty about keeping up with them. So this one I keep up with. It has my 10-day planning for mid-month, and that's really helpful. And so the fact that I'm not using a monthly, this monthly I'm using a little bit differently, and I have everything on Google. I can just write it on here and see what I have to do in 10 days. If I need to see it broken down further, I can come here and see, okay, I have to drop off, which I already saw here, but there might be another task, like maybe I have to drop off my niece, but I also have to go to the grocery store for dinner stuff. And so, like, you know, I'll write that on the daily, which is really helpful to me. I am having a heck of a time filling this guy out. I forgot about it a couple of times. So we'll see. I still think it's really nice for my brain. It releases those really happy, good endorphins when I see that I've crossed things off. So this might be a thing that I have to do every couple of days and just go in and cross things off, because I've done stuff on here. I just haven't filled it out. Like, so some of these things I remember to fill out and others I didn't. So I've got to do that. Okay, back to this guy. So for the monthly, like I mentioned, I'm just not using it. It just doesn't work for me. I have all of this in Google. I pull things out 10 days at a time to focus on. So what I'm really using this for is things that are due, but I don't look here, you guys. And I know you're like, duh, Sylvia, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to write down when things are due so you know. I just don't look here. So my little piece of paper there works best for me. I might have to think of something else. This is something I don't think I'll purchase in the future again. I'll have to think about it really hard. I just think I really like the idea of it, and it just doesn't work for my brain, which is really sad. And then I feel a little guilt that I'm not using it. So in the future, Sylvia, if you watch this again, you really don't need this. I just can print out a free monthly online if I need it, if I have like a really heavy monthly when I need to plan that out. But this doesn't seem to work all in one place, which it is all in one place. So I was hoping I could figure it out, but my brain's like, don't want to. Okay, on this guy here, I tend to take the things that are due, because this is more like content planner, like videos and stuff that I need to make and edit. I have a lot of videos I really need to edit. I write them down when they're due here or when I hope I'm going to do them. And then I break it down further here. That's really what I'm doing in this. And so my dailies reflect really what happens, whereas this sometimes is planning ahead. And this is stuff that I hope will happen. But yeah, the dailies do have a more accurate account of what actually gets done, if that makes sense. And that is everything. I still haven't found a use for this back notebook, but it's there in case I need it for extra notes and stuff. Again, I haven't decided what I'm going to be using for my vocabulary. As far as short fiction is concerned, or any writing, this little notebook is fine, but mostly I tend to type things out. It's just faster for my brain as I'm thinking about it, and I'm just so used to it that a lot of times I need to think out an idea on paper if I get stuck. Other than that, I just don't need it. So that is everything for the rest of August. I'm hoping that I can stick with it. Right now, this is working out really well. We'll see how much I actually use this one. Do you have a specific planner or a layout that you kind of struggle with and you're like, I better not come back to that again? And then planning season comes around and you're like, I bought another one. You also. All right, so that's everything. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.